there, this is Dana Arcuri, author, speaker, and wellness coach. And today I'm talking about fibromyalgia and autoimmune disorders and asking a question, is your food helping you or harming you? And so today I'm going to talk about pure nutrition and how it can enhance our body and our mind and our cognitive function. And so I'm actually enjoying for myself today a delicious homemade smoothie. It actually tastes awesome. It's filled with fresh fruits and veggies and pure ingredients, and I'm really enjoying it. And it's part of my wellness plan for pure nutrition to really improve my own health and help give me energy and help me just feel better all over. So it's something to think about. It's something that every person has the ability to rethink their wellness. And basically, my story began in March 2008 when I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And I shared in the other fibromyalgia video and different videos of mine that I had gone through a really horrific nightmare where I was prescribed many different medications and I was having severe interactions and I nearly lost my life. You could find out more about that through my book, Harvest of Hope, Living Victoriously Through Adversity. And you could connect with me on danaarcuri.com if you want information about that. But nevertheless, my story is that after I had gradually eliminated every single prescription drug and had to come up with a new plan, my new plan was something brand new. And it was something new for me because I used to just practice traditional medicine. I used to just know, hey, the doctor said, you need to do this, you need to take this, and that's what I did. But I found out for myself through a series of several years that it wasn't working. And it actually caused me more harm than good. The interesting fact when I look back on when I took it was a 6-week fibromyalgia program in my local area. And I look back now and I think, isn't that crazy that they never had not one class on pure nutrition? They didn't have one class on how we could change our diet and we could change the foods we eat and promote better health by literally taking a good look at what we're consuming and then determining, is it helping us or is it hurting us? And so I didn't realize back then how much food was a crucial part of my healing path. But of course, along the journey, I did discover it. And so what I want to share today is that what you eat really does matter. That if you consume fast food, fake food, processed food, junk food, sugary food, a lot of caffeine, and a lot of alcohol, and if you're taking one or more drugs, whether it's over-the-counter or prescription drugs, the bottom line is it will greatly affect our body and our mind and our ability to function every day. And so I wanted to share a quote from my book. So this is my newest release. It's Reinventing You, Simple Steps to Transform Your Body, Mind, and Spirit. And so when I go to the chapter, and I'm going to read the quote by Mike Adams, and he says, today, more than 95% of all chronic disease is caused by food choice, toxic food ingredients, nutritional deficiencies, and lack of physical exercise. And I think basically this gentleman nailed it. He nailed it for what it is. And if today you're thinking, something's wrong, I have fibromyalgia or I have some other chronic disorder and I'm in pain or I'm suffering from anxiety, insomnia, depression, brain fog, or just, basically not feeling well at all, possibly there's a hidden link, and the hidden link is nutrition. And so we have to get back to the basics where we start looking at our lifestyle and our diet. I'm going to share right here. I have some tips that I offered in my book, and I'm going to, for free, share these tips with you. So I share here, this is what I did in the beginning stages of my healing journey to regain my health from fibromyalgia. Number one, I looked outside the box. Number two, I educated myself about the long-term implications involved with harsh ingredients. Number three, I did thorough research on a lot of credible websites and books and videos and so forth. And I covered topics. I did a lot of research covering a wide variety of topics, including clean nutrition, plant-based foods, gluten-free, genetically modified organisms, which is GMO, processed foods, artificial flavors and colors, and so forth. And so basically I started researching everything imaginable that could relate to what I was consuming. I wanted to know that cherry flavored soda, what is it doing to me? What ingredients does it contain? By chance, could it be making me have more anxiety? Could it actually cause more inflammation? Is it causing me digestive distress? Is there anything going on where there's this connection between what I'm eating and drinking and what I'm physically and emotionally feeling? And so I started to just connect the dots, and I realized, yes, there is a direct correlation between what I put in my mouth and what I feel on the outside and on the inside, including my digestive system. And there was just so much going on just in my gastrointestinal system. Not to mention, mental health was another really big issue. Typically, people who are diagnosed with fibromyalgia or any long-term chronic disorder, depression usually goes hand in hand, and it's very common for people who are diagnosed with these disorders to be prescribed medications. Typically, people get more than one medication. And so that was a problem that I had dealt with myself because it caused me horrific, excruciating symptoms and interactions and suicidal ideation and insomnia and panic attacks. I mean, it was pretty horrendous what I went through. And so I know that there's plenty of you who are shaking your heads and you're saying, yeah, I'm going through a similar situation. And so today I wanted to say, number one, you are not alone. Number two, there is hope for natural healing, and nutrition is key. Next, I wanted to bring up that along my healing path, I built awareness on natural, gentle options. I decided to fire my doctor and to basically change to a new lifestyle that did not involve a traditional medical approach. Instead, I used a non-medical approach that was a lot more gentle, and it was definitely more conducive in my healing process. And it brought me full circle. So I'm at a place now where my life has dramatically been transformed. I'm living proof today that there is healing, health, and hope. No matter what disorder or chronic pain or whatever medical issue you're dealing with, I am living proof that you don't have to follow Western medicine. You don't have to do everything your doctor says. Of course, you do what you feel is best, but it's really worth checking out those ingredients, the interactions, everything that you consume, whether it is the food, the drugs, or whatever you're doing. Check it all out. Find out how it is impacting your overall health and your future. Next, determine that your health is a top priority. Because really, when it comes down to it, if you don't think you're worth it, you're not going to go the long haul. You have to decide that you want to live and you don't want to suffer any longer. And sometimes we have to hit rock bottom before we're ready to go up. And I know I hit rock bottom back in 2010 when I almost died and I was hospitalized twice. It was quite a hellish ordeal for me. But I'm so very thankful that I decided to take a gentle approach, that I decided to clean up my diet, and I have really come a long, long way. And so my hope and prayer for you is that you will determine for yourself that your life matters, your health matters, your future matters, and what you eat It does matter because it is impacting your body, mind, and your cognitive function. Next, if you are someone who does have faith, I always share my own story that I am a believer. I have faith, and I really believe that God led me to restoration, that He didn't just magically and miraculously heal me, but He gave me the ability and the strength to walk the walk, even if it was an uphill battle, but He gave me the hope and the courage to take back control of my health. Next would be that you have to determine to take one step. You don't have to look at, all these different things you need to do and be overwhelmed and say, I just can't do it all. I'm taking all these medications and I have all these dietary habits that I know might be hurting me, but I just can't do it all in one day. And I say, don't do it all in one day. Do yourself a favor and pick one thing that you want to make a change with. Focus on that one thing. Maybe that one thing is, hey, you're addicted to soda, and you're going to gradually taper and wean yourself off of soda. All power to you. I give you a high fives for doing that. Take a good look. If someone else might say, mine's sugar. I love sugar. So, hey, start researching sugar. You'll discover that it actually causes more inflammation in our bodies. And that could be a real trigger to a fibro flare-up. And we want to rethink, what can we do? What alternatives are out there? How could we gradually reduce our sugar intake to increase our quality of life? And you have the power to do that. You have the power. Do not say, I can never do that, because with that mindset, you never will do that. Really, mindset is very important in the process of healing. And in my journey, I had to change my mindset. I had to decide, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. I have kids, I have a husband, I have a family, I have a future. God gave me gifts, and by God, I'm going to use those gifts, and I am not going to let my life shrivel up and become nothing and be tormented the rest of my life with chronic pain and depression and anxiety. I am not going to tolerate that, because God said that He has a purpose for our lives, for a hope and a future. It's in Jeremiah, in the Bible. I don't have the scripture in front of me, forgive me, but it is about the plan and the purpose that God gave you for hope and a future, and it is not to suffer. It is to live a life victoriously through Jesus Christ. And so that is my message, that we really do have the ability. We just have to have the mindset that we're ready. We're going to do the first step. Just take that first step, even if it's a baby step, do it. Next would be, here are a little few tips I wanted to end with on some of the ingredients that I believe could hinder health, especially with any aches and pains and inflammation. And these are the ingredients that really, really, really hurt my body and caused me major fibro flare-ups and a lot more problems with cognitive function, and even, whether I could sleep or not sleep. This really had a big impact on me. You decide for yourself how you feel about it, and if it's hurting you or helping you. So that is my question. I'll read the ingredients, and then you say to yourself, are these ingredients hurting me or helping me? Only you could decide for yourself. Number 1, soda. I stopped drinking all soda. I felt that my body hurt so much more, and I felt so much more inflammation when I drank all soda. Number 2, genetically modified organisms, GMO. And of course, we can't always eat non-GMO, but I do the best of my ability. Artificial sweeteners, especially aspartame. I avoid aspartame like the plague. That ingredient, in my opinion, is evil, and it should be removed from our world. Start doing research on aspartame. Find out for yourself how it could hinder your health. Next is MSG, which is called monosodium glutamate. It's in some Oriental foods, Chinese foods, and everything you can imagine. MSG, check it out for yourself. Number 5, artificial flavors and colors, especially red dye. Oh my word, red dye is another real interesting ingredient that could do some serious damage to your brain and your body. And need I go into more? That's a whole other video. Number 6, hydrogenated vegetable oil. Number 7, high fructose corn syrup. Number 8, preservatives. Number 9, sodium nitrate. Number 10, processed foods, junk foods, and fake foods. So those are my top products that I avoid. You do what you feel works for you, but I always say begin by researching credible websites, books, videos, workshops. Really get involved with your health to the point that you are empowering yourself to increase your quality of life. That is essentially how I turned my life around. I turned my health around. I was able to regain my health, at least 90% of my health. And so today I have been 5 years free of drugs. Yay! And it is a life changer. If you want a life changer, if you want to turn your health around, if you want to get your mind back, your body back, reduce those aches and pains, and transform yourself from the inside out, today, start looking into clean, pure nutrition. You don't have to reduce everything, not even in 1 day, 1 month, not even in 1 year. With me, it wasn't even 1 year. I guarantee you it's been a 5-year journey. And I am learning, and I am walking the walk, and I am talking the talk. And today I'm here to say it is the biggest improvement of my life. And I'm so thankful that I have taken the time to research the foods and the nutrition and plant-based foods and everything I could possibly learn to improve my own life. And so today, if you'd like to learn more, or if you'd like to be encouraged, or you'd like to check out my books, go to DanaArcuri.com. Thank you, and I do wish you wellness.